everyone, my name's Kay Kalthoff and welcome to a Stamping to Share video. Thank you so much for joining me. We are going to create an easy, elegant card with the Night in Bethlehem bundle. You'll find this bundle in the 2017 holiday catalog, and let me show you one of the features of this card is not only is it easy and elegant, but it is extremely thin. So you can see just how easy it will be to tuck in a family photo or perhaps a Christmas letter right along with this card, and it will present no problems for you at the post office. So let's go ahead and get started making this beautiful card. Here is the stamp set and the Thinlits that come with it. Now, one of the Thinlits is missing because I have it on my Big Shot machine. But this is what you'll need, and you'll want to purchase it as a bundle because you'll be able to save 10% on both the Thinlits and the stamp set. So let me show you. The first thing that we'll want to do is get our base paper for the card, which is 4 1/4 by 11 inches scored at 5 1/2. So I'm just going to take my bone folder, we'll fold this along the score line here, and then I'll give it a press. We want this to lie flat for us while we're working with it. And the next thing we're going to need is our inside panel, which we're going to stamp first. This is 4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to use Marina Mist ink. So I'm just going to take this stamp, I'm inking it up in the Marina Mist, and we're just going to go ahead and stamp that. I had a little boo-boo there, so I turned it around. One of the nice things, of course, about having paper is it has two sides. So we can just go ahead and stamp on the other side. Now I've just put a little bit of snail on the back of this, and we're just going to set this in so that all the borders are even. Give that a good press to burnish that down, and then we'll go on to the next panel. So let me show that panel to you. It's also Whisper White. It's also cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And we are going to do a little stamping on here as well. Now we are inking up the Mary and Joseph, and we're just going to stamp this down here in the bottom left-hand corner. So we've given that a nice little press, and there it is. Then we're going to stamp our sentiment, Blessed Christmas Wishes, right down here, right next to Mary and Joseph, but just on the other side. And now we have another panel that we're going to be putting on here. This is 2 1/4 by 5 inches, and it's in crumb cake. So we're just going to go ahead and glue that down. So I have some multi-purpose liquid glue, and we're going to set this right up here at the top of this Whisper White panel. Now this card was one of the favorites at Fall Flair, and my customers and my downline customers really enjoyed making this. So I think quite a few Night in Bethlehem stamp sets were sold that day because it was just such an easy card to make. As you can see, we're practically done here. So now I'm going to put this panel onto the front of our card, and then we'll work on the Big Shot things. So we'll just set this right here, and we're ready to go on to the Big Shot. Flip that over, give it a good burnish, and let me show you how I set the Big Shot up. So I actually use my Big Shot platform, and then I put down the thin die adapter. I have my cut plate, and then I just have a piece of scrap Whisper White, and look how easily that popped out. Then I have my my die, and we can just pull this away. And look at that, all the little windows and everything just pulled away perfectly. Now you may want to go ahead and poke all of those out with a paper piercing tool before you do your next die cut, so you can have the exact same results as I did here. So let's move on then, and I should have mentioned, I know that once in a while I'll get a comment about this, but I did have a cut plate over the top as well. Otherwise it won't cut out in the Big Shot machine. So what we're going to do is we're going to stamp a little bit of City right on top of this panel here, this die cut that we've done. So I have the City, that's again from that Night in Bethlehem stamp set, and I'm inking it up with Marina Mist, making sure it is well inked. And then I'm just going to set this right here over the top of this Whisper White die cut. Give it a good press, let it sit there a second for the ink, and I'm making sure that I'm not rocking it. I pull it up, and here it is. Look at how pretty that looks. So now all we need to do is attach this to the front of our card. So I'm going to do that with some snail. And we'll just put a little bit of snail here at the top of some of these buildings so that everything is adhered, including the little trees. And then I'll grab this up and we'll set this right here onto this crumb cake panel. So we'll just make sure there's just the tiniest little bit of a border here at the bottom. And that's what it looks like. So now we're going to add a star. So I have our metallic enamels here. These come in both gold and silver, and I want to use a star from the silver enamels. So I'm just going to pull that up with my paper piercing tool, and we're going to set this right here, just like that. And so that's the beautiful, beautiful Christmas card that you also can replicate. And again, as I mentioned, it's a very, very easy card to create. And the card base is Marina Mist, and the ink is Marina Mist, so you don't need a lot of supplies. You will need your Big Shot machine, and you will need the bundle to recreate this card. So here's the one that I just did, and here's the one I had done in advance. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate you. If you'd like to place a product order, be sure to visit my blog at www.stampingtoshare.com. Have a great day. Bye-bye.